The King's Breakfast. The King asked the Queen, and the Queen asked the dairymaid, "Could we have some butter for the royal slice of bread?" The Queen asked the dairymaid. The dairymaid said, "Certainly, I'll go and tell the cow now, before she goes to bed." The dairymaid, she curtsied and went and told the Alderney, "Don't forget the butter for the royal slice of bread." The Alderney said sleepily, "You'd better tell His Majesty that many people nowadays like marmalade instead." The dairymaid said, "Fancy," and went to Her Majesty. She curtsied to the Queen, and she turned a little red. "Excuse me, Your Majesty, for taking the liberty, but marmalade is tasty if it's very thickly spread." The Queen said, "Oh," and went to His Majesty. "Talking of butter for the royal slice of bread, many people think that marmalade is nicer. Would you like to try a little marmalade instead?" The King said, "Bother." And then he said, "Oh dearie me." The King sobbed, "Oh dearie me," and went back to bed. "Nobody," he whimpered, "could call me a fussy man. I only wanted a bit of butter for my bread." The Queen said, "There, there." I went to the dairymaid. The dairymaid said, "There, there," and went to the shed. The cow said, "There, there. I didn't really mean it. Here's milk for his porringer and butter for his bread." The Queen took the butter and brought it to His Majesty. The King said, "Butter, eh?" and bounced out of bed. "Nobody," he said, and he kissed her tenderly. "Nobody," he said, as he slid down the banisters. "Nobody, my darling, could call me a fussy man, but I do like a little bit of butter to my bread." Hoppity. Christopher Robin goes hoppity hoppity, hoppity hoppity hop. Whenever I tell him to politely stop, he says he can't possibly stop. If he stopped hopping, he couldn't go anywhere. Poor little Christopher couldn't go anywhere. That's why he always goes hoppity hoppity, hoppity hoppity hop. At home. I want a soldier in a busby. I want a soldier to come and play with me. I'd give him cream cakes, big ones, sugar ones. I'd give him cream cakes and cream for his tea. I want a soldier, a tall one, a red one. I want a soldier who plays on the drum. Daddy's going to get one. He's written to the shopman. Daddy's going to get one as soon as he can come. The wrong house. I went into a house, and it wasn't a house. It had big steps and a great big hall, but it hasn't got a garden. A garden? A garden. It isn't like a house at all. I went into a house, and it wasn't a house. It has a big garden and a great high wall, but it hasn't got a may tree. A may tree, a may tree. It isn't like a house at all. I went into a house, and it wasn't a house. Snow white petals from the may tree fall, but it hasn't got a blackbird. A blackbird, a blackbird. It isn't like a house at all. I went into a house, and I thought it was a house. I could hear from the may tree the blackbird call, but nobody listened to it. Nobody liked it. Nobody wanted it at all.